Inventory is rising rapidly, prices are changing, but it's not exactly what you may think. So I'm always excited about this time of the month. This is the monthly market report for what's going on here in Southwest Florida. And we're going to be talking about Lee and Collier counties. Lee County is Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Estero, Bonita Springs, Lehigh Acres, and Collier County is really Naples, Marco Island. And gosh, there's just a lot going on. So we're going to make as much sense of it as we can. And some of the things I actually can't make total sense of. But my job is always to help you understand what's going on in the market here in Southwest Florida. So jumping right into it, we're going to get into the closed sales. Now, I'll be the first one to tell you this number is skewed, and I'll tell you why in a moment. So in Collier County, you can see we have 323 closed single-family sales in the past month. These are September numbers, and that's up 15% year over year. And then in Lee County of 1,083 closed sales, that's up 21% year over year. Now, here is the deal in terms of why those numbers are higher than what we experienced last year. If you remember last year, we had Hurricane Ian that came at the end of September. The majority of real estate closings happen at the end of the month, and so that skewed the numbers a bit, so we have higher transactions this year than we did last year. Now, I would expect those numbers, the closed sales numbers, to also be skewed next month because obviously there was a lot of properties that did not close and needed to delay, and so there'll be some of that action as well. Now, here's a big story. So in Collier County, the median price of a single-family home over the past month, $820,000. That's up 13% year over year. And it's actually up $88,000 compared to our monthly reporting from last month. So that is a substantial increase in Collier County. Way to go, Naples. Round of applause. And then in Lee County, this is more what I would expect. In Lee County, we're at $400,000 for a median price, and that's down 4%. So that trend is continuing where Lee County has gone down month over month by about $5,000, a little over 1%. Sort of expected that based on what we're seeing with an inventory, but Collier County, way to go. So we'll talk about why that's the case here in just a bit. Days on market, we're at 53 days in Collier County. That's up 43% year over year. And then we're at 42 days on market. That's up 56% year over year. And so what we're seeing with that is we're seeing homes are taking longer to sell. We've been talking about this for a little while. That's just the case that we're seeing that you want to sell your home, you might want to put it on a little sooner than you would have over the last year or the year before that because it's taking more time. As far as new listings, 491 new listings in Collier County. That's up 25% year over year. 1,619 in Lee, and that's up 35%. So we're starting to see more listings that are coming on the market. And, the narrative that we've been talking about, people not wanting to sell because they've locked in a low interest rate, that's starting to change a bit, which is pretty interesting. The pending inventory, we're at 583 in Collier County. That's down 13.4%. And then we're at 1,635 in Lee County, and that's down 15%. So that's what I would expect. I would expect that we have a little bit less pending inventory than we did last year, based on what we're seeing in the market. That puts us at the supply of 4.7 months in Collier County, which is up 38%, and then 4.7 months as well, same number, in Lee County, which is up 74% over last year. And then we have more money coming into the market. So the total volume in Collier County, we're at $423 million, which is up 39%. And then in Lee, $581 million, which is up 22%. So that's good. I mean, we have more money that is pumping into the local market than we had last year. So how do we make sense of what's going on with the Collier County numbers? Well, we all know that interest rates, have now reached about 8% is what we're looking at, which is over 20, it's the highest number we've been in over 20 years, which is, really, I'll say, putting the hurt on a certain segment of that market. And so if you look at the median price of Lee County, say $400,000, you would think it would affect that less, but in Collier County, with over $800,000 of a median price, you would think it would affect them more, but it's not the case. That's not what's going on. And the reality is that over 50% of the real estate transactions in Collier County are cash. So they don't care. It doesn't affect them, and they're actually able to negotiate a bit more than what they would have if they needed a mortgage. And so that's a big component of what's going on. Whereas the $400,000 buyer, many of them are needing financing, and it's hurting them more with the higher rates and the insurance costs that we're dealing with. And so that segment of the market is hurting more than the higher end market. So that's what's going on. I'd love to know from you what you're experiencing. And as always, if you have any questions related to real estate, me and my team are always here, happy to help. Please do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and then here's my most recent video for you. Have a great day.